everybody, welcome back to Yo-Ho Yo-Ho Blogger's Life for Me cooking series, and today I'm going to show you how to make Mom's meatloaf from the 50's Primetime at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida. And personally, I'm a very picky eater, so I was very kind of wary of this recipe. I like kind of a plainer meatloaves, but this is actually really good, and if you are a picky eater, I highly recommend that you try this, and I think that you will love this. I'm extremely picky, and this was really good. And my husband eats anything, and I didn't tell him I was trying a new Disney recipe or anything, and as soon as he put it in his mouth, he couldn't stop mmming for like 2 minutes straight. So he loves when I make this, and the good thing about this recipe is it makes 2 loaves, so you can just throw one in the freezer, and then one night when you don't have time to make dinner, you can just pull it out and heat this up. And for the ingredients, you're going to need 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork, 4 eggs, 1 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs, half a cup of diced onions, 1/4 cup of diced green peppers, 1/4 cup of diced red peppers, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, cracked black pepper to taste, kosher salt to taste. And you're going to need half a cup from this Meatloaf Glaze, and that's a separate recipe, and you don't add that on till the end, but I'll give you the ingredients right now. For the glaze, you're going to need 1/2 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. I have everything pre-cooked and everything, so give me a second to set everything up so I can show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to mix, you're going to cut up all your peppers and onions. I highly recommend a chopper if you can get one. I got mine for 10 bucks. And you set aside your onions and your peppers, and we're going to put all the meat in here and mix all the spices, so the eggs, the Worcestershire, and the breadcrumbs. And I already have my eggs. I like to crack them in a regular cereal bowl first. I'm going to add a little bit of eggs, and you kind of have to get dirty with this and get your hands dirty and just get in there and mix it well. And I already mixed half right there. And let me pour in the Worcestershire. And I personally like to add my breadcrumbs towards the end. And let's pour the rest of the eggs in here. And remember to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to start pouring in the breadcrumbs. And that was a little less than half. Now I'm going to add the other half. And now we're going to add in the onions and the red peppers. I got a multi-pack, so I'm not adding green peppers. You can add whatever you want, but I have red and yellow for mine. And don't forget to add your onions too. That's why I love that little chopper thing. Look at how small it got all of these pieces. And this didn't take any time at all, especially if you have a chopper of any kind. Just make sure, you just have to make sure that you mix it all good and even. This is actually the most moist meatloaf I've ever had. It must be the sauce that you put on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna separate this into 2 loaf pans and throw this in the oven for 1 hour on 350. And then I'm gonna show you how to make the sauce while this is in the oven, so I'll be right back. Okay, and to make your meatloaf glaze, I already put half a cup of ketchup in here. And we're gonna add a tablespoon, a tablespoon of the brown sugar, a teaspoon of the Dijon mustard, and a half a teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce. And all you're going to do is mix that until it's smooth. So this is easy peasy. This is the easiest part about the meatloaf. This is actually one of the easiest Disney recipes to make. And I will be back to show you how to brush this on. I just took it out of the oven, and I'm going to spread some of this sauce that we made on top. And I highly recommend this brush if you can find it. I got it at my grocery store. It has a little stand on it, so when you set it down, it doesn't get your counter all messy. And I already put my other meatloaf into the freezer. I just wrapped it in tin foil. And you probably just want to let it thaw out in the fridge all day. When you come home from work, you can just throw it in the oven. Okay, I'm going to throw this back in the oven, and then I'll be back to show you the final result. And you're going to put that in for 10 minutes. Okay, this is your final product, and you're going to want to let that sit for 10 minutes and then slice and serve. I'm going to let this cool off for a couple minutes, and then I'll be back to cut it and show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay, I've let this cool off for about 5 or so minutes, so I thought I would cut some. My dog ran over here. You're not getting any, Ginger. I'm sorry. Oh, that looks so moist on the inside and so good. And this is the inside. Here's on the end. Let me put this on a Mickey plate. There it is. It looks so good. I can't wait to eat this. I haven't made this in a really long time, so this will definitely be a special treat. And 1 second while I have a taste. Okay, I'm going to take a quick bite of this. And it's still steaming, if you can see. That sauce is so good. The peppers give it a nice flavor, and the onions help with keeping it moist along with the sauce. And I would highly recommend this, even if you're a picky eater. Please let me know if you make this, and if you do, please take pictures and post it on my Facebook group at Yoho Yoho Bloggers Life for Me on Facebook, and I am on Instagram at Yoho Yoho Bloggers Life for Me. And I'm on Twitter at Yoho Yoho Vlogger. And if you ever have any kind of recipe requests, you can write me on any of that social media, or if you don't do that kind of thing, you can write me on my Gmail, which is Yoho Yoho Bloggers Life for Me mouselyanies@gmail.com, and you can find me on Mouselyanies Discussions on iTunes and Stitcher. It's a Disney podcast from anything and everything, and at the end of every episode I give a new recipe, and last week I actually gave the recipe to the Star Wars Blue Bantha milkshake if you're interested in that. And I'm always looking for people to send in requests on that kind of thing. Thanks, and have a Disney day. Bye, everybody.